Welcome, evening. Just thought I would hop on, give a little recap of how the National is going. I gave you all an update on day zero. Um, did not give a live update like this yesterday because, admittedly, I was exhausted. Um, I got back to the hotel and was going to go out for dinner. And once I sat myself down here, dinner wasn't happening. I wasn't leaving. Thankfully, there's Uber Eats. um, but it's been a good show. Um, I'm sure you probably have seen the updates from either myself or other people across different social media platforms. And it is every bit of busy that people are indicating. Um, it scares me for what the weekend's going to look like, which I think begins tomorrow, right? Um, there's a lot of people here. There's no other way of putting it. So, my advice that I learned today, since today was the first morning, I'm an early person, as you all know, and I got there at about 7:30 this morning. And to my surprise, nothing was open because I seem to remember last year everything was open, meaning the upstairs VIP lounge was open, and those types of things. Because how I get to where I go, there's a bridge that connects the parking garage and the convention center. Crossed that bridge and couldn't get into the upstairs piece, but I was able to make my way downstairs, um, and just kind of was hanging out there. And I thought that, well, maybe I'll go outside and see if there's people out there. And lo and behold, there were a lot of people out there. But what I learned is once you're outside, you're outside. You don't go back in until 8 o'clock in the morning because every door is locked from the outside. So it was nice because I got to be in line with people, talking with people, got to hand some packs out, things like that, which was cool. But if you are coming in to tomorrow morning, I mean, I would get here early. If you're a VIP holder that you've been here and you have your pass, 8 o'clock's probably the time to get here, right? But if you need your pass still, I would get here early, 7:30 to at least stand in line. Um, I don't. I think 10 o'clock is when the general admission, and that's where I think you're going to hear the biggest complaints from people. The line is massively long. I know the pictures and videos you probably can't tell, or maybe they don't do it too much justice, but seeing it in person, that line is massively long. And I think it's a wonderful thing because that means a lot of people want to be here. But at the same time, it's going to have to be looked at. And I honestly don't know how you do it. Um, it's going to be something that the national team is going to have to look at. So day one though was great. I gave you the update, across Twitter and Instagram. If you follow the Hobby Foundation on Instagram, wonderful day of people. Met a lot of folks. I'm gonna pull up pictures to jog my memory. Hopefully, it doesn't take my volume away. Um, it was just a really, really cool time yesterday. Got to catch up with a lot of really just nice people, people that I've met at the shows in the past. Um, that's been one of my favorite things because I've been doing this now for 5 years and I have shown up every single day to do this. And there are people that come to the show like I do every year, for themselves, for their families, and just have a good time. In fact, there was one family yesterday. I posted that they deserved a longer video. This family, I met them. for the first time in Chicago. It had to be 4 years ago because let's see, if I do my math, 25 was Chicago, 24 was Cleveland, so 23 would have been Chicago. And they were a large group of people, 10, 12 people. And they were the nicest people from all over Ohio, Texas, Chicago. And they have stuck with me ever since. It was, and I remember the packs that they got. They were trading with one another. There was like a hit of some sort that first year. And oh, I think it was a Tom Brady card because I had mentioned that in my post. It was a Tom Brady card. And somebody in the family was either a big Brady fan or named Brady. But it was just a really cool moment. And I've seen the main family every year since then. Since then, they haven't been able to come as a full family. And I don't know what state I'm supposed to yell at you, Nate, because I'm in Illinois. Guess I could yell Illinois. I don't know. Welcome, my friend. Um, but this year it was really cool because I saw the family again yesterday, and it was one of those where they were sitting down at a table, and I saw them from a distance, and so I walked up and simply asked, "Is this seat taken?" And the mom's eyes lit up, and she was like, "Oh my God, I was hoping that we would see you. What's up, pets? We, we have started doing our own thing now with cards, and it's just turned into a really great thing. And it was just so great to catch up with them. And they hit a Spencer Strider auto. It's a hand signed, authentic auto. And I told them the story of this card because Tim with Signatures for Soldiers donated the card for Ripping for the Cure. We did a $5 challenge with that card and raised, I think, like $500 for it that weekend. And then whoever won the card then donated it back to me by surprise for these packs. Um, and so I told her that story, and she immediately gave it back to me and said, "You need to pass this on to a young Braves fan." So I'm looking for a young Braves fan. Still haven't come across one yet, but it was just really cool. So like that was kind of the gist of day one, right? Bunch of families, bunch of people, just there hanging out. That's one thing I've noticed is they're just having a good time, and you know, day two had a lot of the same. Um, I saw a lot of moms today with their kids, and a lot of the moms were just, I'm here because my kids want to be here. I'm supporting them. We're here as a family. I have one kid here, and the other two are off, doing their own thing. And so, like, that was just super, super cool to see and hear those things. Today was kind of like the first day that I could meet the people that we interact with here on Twitter. So I got to meet um, Gary, who is at Motley Shoe. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And he threw me completely off because he racked me this really cool Thurman Munson 3D Superstars. And it is from 1976. Just a super awesome card. So, Gary, thank you for that. I got to tell him the reason why I PC Thurman Munson, and the long and short of it is he was my dad's high school catcher. Um, so that's why I PC him. So that was really cool. I got to meet or see again. I've met her before, Michaela or Meek Bear on Twitter. I got koozies and stickers from her. Jess, what's up? Um, it's always a pleasure seeing her. Got to talk some Guardians and cards and just things in general and everything like that. Got to see Corey, who's Statman661 on Twitter, does a lot with Midwest Box Breaks, and I told him and others there was a moment in time a couple of months ago that I put a question out on Twitter of who's going to the national and what are you looking for? And it was an engagement post for me because if you engaged with it and you told me what you were looking for, I was going to go out and get you something. What's up, Joe? Um, and his was Bryce Underwood, quarterback of that team up north. And it was the hardest thing for me to purchase. But I did and gave it to him today. Um, Nate, packs that I think I hand out each day. I mean, I don't know. I estimated right now that I'm probably around 200 total packs handed out. So the next 2 days, to get them all out, it's going to be a grind. I have 150 per day that I got to get out over these next 2 days. So it's going to be hustle, hustle, hustle tomorrow. And I'll get into kind of the strategy here in a moment. But so I met them. I need pit. My brain is so foggy right now of who I met today. Bunch of families, dads. Guy stopped me and said, "Hey, I follow you on Twitter. I really appreciate what you do." His name is Daniel. Met met this really interesting family on um, out of Virginia. They're a family breaking company of Disney and Marvel, and it was just super cool to talk with them. The dad has been hustling. I followed them on Instagram, and it looks like he was meeting with everybody. I think they kind of like buried the lead and what they were really doing here because it looks like they were consigning something with Golden, but they were a really great family to talk to. Got to meet Eric Walter, or you may know him as Richard Rips on Twitter. Very excited to meet him. He is everything and anything that you imagine. Um, Mike Smith, the No Flow guys. Um, Somebody's celebrating their 10th birthday today. Let's see who else is in here. Just looking at the pictures, met a Browns family that lives in Virginia. Um, I'm going to get in a Sue here in a moment, Joe. Met this couple. They have an Instagram called Couples Therapy Cards. They're big Browns and Guardians fans. Um, that was a fun conversation. Uh, Yeah, Mike Jones, who's on Twitter, gave me some really cool stuff here. Um, for myself, pack a leaf. I don't know what year this is. I don't know what year this is. Doesn't say what year it is, but a pack of leaf cards, and then some Kenny Lofton cards he gave me. Always loving Kenny Lofton's this old school Indian sticker, which Landon will absolutely love. Um, did it fill, Pet, the 10 box? I was looking at it. Um, Blake, what's up, man? Blake, I found the family that won one of the wallets. I don't know if you saw that tweet earlier, but family won one of Sarah's wallets, and the logistics of that is like if I can get it to you today, I prefer to do that instead of shipping it out. And it's a 10-minute walk to and from my truck in the parking garage. And I always ask, like, hey, are you going to be here for 10 minutes? And they said they would be. Ran out, got the wallet, came back, and they were gone. But I found the kid. It was a kid who actually won it. Um, I found him on the floor at the Tops booth, and he was super excited to get it. So sorry I wasn't able to get a picture of the actual wallet, but I do know they were excited. Joe, yeah, 11, just over 11 miles today. So it was a good day of walking. But I did pick up some stuff for me and Landon, whole stack of cards here. Jose Ramirez and Kenny Lofton cards. I'll just show you the Kenny Lofton cards. 65 cards. Yeah, I paid $50 for them. I mean, can't beat that. So Some good Kenny Loftons here for me. Real quick, just going through them. I think I got some doubles of stuff. Like right here, I found a double. That's the double. This is super. I did love the Topps black gold stuff. That's really awesome. This one here, that like Topps needs to use some of these action shots. So those are all the Kenny Loftons I got, and the rest of them are Jose Ramirez for Landon, which he was pretty excited to hear about. The highlight of my day was finally getting to meet Sue Tiska. And for those of you that don't know Sue, just go follow her. She's not as active as she once was on Twitter, and that's okay. But she's somebody that you just need to follow and have on your feed, because when she's active, she is one of the best people in the world. Huge Mike Trout fan. In fact, she had a shirt on, a high school shirt of Trout on today that his high school coach sent her. Sue's mother, Ruth, she was a hobby angel, hobby mom to all of us. And she was so active in the hobby through racks and through Twitter. I mean, just everything. She loved it. And unfortunately, she passed away a few years back. But I think many of us still think of her. And hugging Sue was such, I don't know. It was such just like, man, this feels right. Like it feels like we've known each other forever. And she said some words to me that I won't repeat here, but it made me feel good. It made me feel like this is why we're in this hobby. I can show you the cards all day. We can get into breaks all day, but it's the people. I mean, it is the absolute people that drive what we do. And when I say we, I'm talking about a collective we. Um, so she was the absolute highlight of my day. And we're gonna, I think, meet up again tomorrow. Said she had some more things that she wanted to go over, but such a cool person. So like I said, I have about 300 packs still that I got to get through over these next 2 days, and I'm somewhat picky with who I give these packs to. And for those of you that haven't been to the National or haven't interacted with me on this, I'm not just walking around handing packs out. It's not what I do. I want a conversation with these people. And I look for specific things. Families are the easiest. They're the easiest to approach. And I noticed quite a few of them this year have been a little like, whoa, who's coming up to me to talk to me? Skepticism. It's 2026. You have to be aware at all times. I get it. But once I break down that wall of like, I'm not a weirdo, I'm for real, we really get a conversation going. So families are the easiest. I look for people that are sitting down or like at least resting. I don't ever want to like interrupt people that are in the middle of a deal or look like they're trying to get somewhere fast. It's never my intention to bother anybody or ruin anybody's day in any way. Um, I don't approach people that have massive amounts of cards laid out. That's one thing you'll see at the National is just they have their own table set up, like in the VIP room, or they're just laid out on the carpet. I don't ever want to approach them because to me, they are trying to sell. I don't want to bother them and disrupt their flow. Plus, I get the feeling that they may not really want to hear about what we're doing. although maybe they should be the ones that I am approaching because of that. If they're eating lunch, I don't want to bother their lunch. All right, pets, have a good one, man. Good luck. Um, if they're eating lunch, I'm not going to bother them. That's their time. They're taking a break from everything. So chill, have a good time. I avoid the showroom floor for the most part. Um, I don't want to again bother folks that are on the floor. It's a packed place. People are trying to get places. If I do on the showroom floor, it's usually on the outer fringes of it. Um, Hey, Briz, what's up, man? Yesterday there were three guys that came. We were walking, and they're like, "Hey, can you take a photo of us?" I'm like, "Absolutely!" And I'm like, "Hey, you want to take 3 packs?" Um, it was a quick 30-second, 60-second conversation, but it was a good interaction. A lot of people have um, this really just like fondness for what we're doing with these national rack packs, and they really appreciate it. Um, I haven't come across anybody this year that's like, these cards are worthless, they're meaningless," which I'm really glad. I always do have a few people, and that's fine. If you don't like them, you don't like them. I totally get it. Um, but I think everybody has a way of accepting these cards for themselves. Um, so anyway, I may have to switch up my strategy a little bit over these next 2 days. I may have to interrupt some people during lunch. I may have to um, do a little more on the showroom floor um, because it's important to me to get through all 500. I've never have come home with any packs. Last year I did 500, got them all out. Year before that it was split. Ebers is one of the helpers for me. Joe was a helper for me as well because I wasn't going to be able to be there for the first half of the show. They got 200 packs out. I got 100 packs out when I got there. The year before that it was 250. Got them all out. The first year was 100. Got them all out. So like the pressure's on, and I feel the pressure. So I'm going to put the call out right now. If you are at the national and we have not met up yet, come find me, tweet at me, send me a DM. If you have my phone number, text me. Um, don't be shy. That's what I can say. Don't be shy. A lot of people today were sending me messages. Hey, where are you? My answer is I am all over the place. Tell me where you are, and I will come find you. Um, that makes it easier for me, makes it easier for you as well. So let me know you're here. Let me know, and I will come find you. If for anything, like I said, I want to shake your hand and I want to have a conversation. I want to get these packs in your hand because, you know, as much as I enjoy meeting strangers, I want to meet the people that are supporting Rack of the Day and Ripping for the Cure and the Hobby Foundation and all the other great things that are going on in this hobby. This is a thank you to all of you. So do not be shy to tweet at me and keep tweeting at me and saying, here I am, come find me. If I have met you already and you have more people that are with you now, let me know that. I, again, want to meet as many people because selfishly, I need to get the word out about the Hobby Foundation and the work that we're doing. So the more people I can meet, the better we're going to do there. Joe, I just wish you were here, man. Like, it's I use the word pressure. It's self-conflicting pressure that I'm putting on myself. I love doing this. I mean, the last 2 days, it's gone through my head of like all the security people in this building are watching me and thinking this man is casing the place because I swear I take the same route all the time. Um, but it's fun. I absolutely love this thing, and I can't, I want it to grow. I want it to be better. Like I said, I've met some people over and over again who they're like, "Oh, we met you last year, and we have stuff for you." Like I met a family on the showroom floor today. It was just so awesome. I'm walking just organically. I didn't even recognize them at first. Excuse me. And there's this little girl. She had to be like 6 or 7 years old, and she's she's walking ahead of her parents, and she goes, "This is the best day ever." And I look at them and I'm like, "Can I make it better for you?" And as soon as I turned, I was like, "Holy crap, like we met last year." And the dad was like, "Oh man," he goes to his wife. She said, "He's here, he's here. The Pac-Man is here." Um, and she came running up and said, "We have a box of stuff for you, but we left it at home because I didn't want to carry it around knowing if I'd find you or not." So we've exchanged addresses, and it's things like that. It's meaningful because I always do wonder, like, the things that I'm doing here at the National, are they translating with people? And I've discovered this year that they are translating with people, which I really appreciate. Um, and I want that to continue growing, not just within that small circle, but beyond it as well. So that was really cool to hear. Art, wish you could be here too, man. It'd be awesome to meet you. Hang out, look at some cool angel stuff, right? Um, it'd be a really great time. That's one thing I wish there was more opportunity of is, I mean, I'll use the term free tickets. We know nothing in this world is free, but if there's a way to have things cheaper, I mean, I get it's a business and you want to make money and all that, but let's try to get more people to this thing. Like I said, though, I am scared for what the weekend's going to look like. It's been busy these first 2 days. I think there's just going to be a lot of people. There's an upstairs that is a lot of international dealers, so there's a lot of soccer and Pokemon TCG up there. I avoided that all day today. The line, I mean, there was a consistent line going up the escalator all day today. And from what I heard, it was pretty hot up there, but I avoided it. And I need to get up there because that's where the sports cards nonsense guys are that I gotta get with at some point. Um, but avoided it like the plague, um, because just wasn't I wasn't going to go there at all. I could tell it was very, very crowded. But overall, the show's been great. Um, I'm going to try to do a little more looking around tomorrow morning. The one great thing about having the VIP badge is we do get it an hour earlier on the floor, and it was so nice. That's where I got this stack of cards, was during that hour, because there was nobody there. Nobody was next to me or around me or pushing me from behind as they're walking through. I could literally take my time. There was a 3-row box of Guardians and Indians cards. So it was uh, it was an awesome time. Best friends will be there this weekend. Great guy, family man, quality dude. I'll tell you, I will tell him to look you up. Joe, pass my number along to him if he wants. That's totally fine. Um, but then tell him to destroy it too. No, I'm joking. But yeah, pass my number along to him if he wants to catch up on anything. Um, so, but yeah, it's just been a really fun show. Lots of good people, lots of good things. Um, I did see, I, I did see, and I wish I would have had the nerve to go up to him. I was probably 25 feet from Michael Rubin. Um, and he was literally just sitting there in the lobby. I mean, he had people around him, but there was not like like a crowd of people. Ibra is just over 11 miles today. Um, there wasn't a crowd of people around him. It was just, looked like maybe a couple of colleagues or friends or whatever. I was standing there and I'm like, I don't even know what to say to this man. Like, there's so much I'd like to say to him, but I have 30 seconds with him and that's it. And so I didn't approach him, but I think I got an elevator pitch, if I were to run into him again tomorrow or the next day. Um, but I mean, the people are here, right? Darren Ravel was here. We all know Darren said last week or 2 weeks ago, Fanatics Fest is going to kill the National. I'd love to know what his thoughts are now about being here, because that's far from the truth. Um, I haven't seen Ken Golden. Usually I see him running around. He's a pretty recognizable guy. Somebody said Logan Paul was here today. I I said I wouldn't even know him if I saw him face to face. Um, I mean, it's really turning into just a really good show. But I think there's a lot of activation stuff, a lot of things for kids to do, a lot of giveaways, um, but also a lot of things you got to be prepared for. Like I think I tweeted it. I wanted to get a Panini Kid Crate for Landon, and Panini had it time posted 1 to 3 is when they were going to be selling them. And so I made sure that I was able to get over there at 1 o'clock. And when I did, that's when I saw the sign that they were for 14-year-olds only, 14 and below only, which is fantastic. That is amazing. Like, put an age limit on it, make sure that it's just for the kids and that adults aren't ruining it. But then they went a step further to make it even better. Um, that in order to purchase it, the kid had to be with you, which I thought was great because again, um, we adults, like to ruin things, and so I was kind of bummed because I couldn't get one for Landon. I know he would have liked it. So if anybody has strings with Panini, I reached out to them on my own just to see if there was a chance that I could get one. Haven't heard back from anybody, and I doubt that I will, and that's okay. I'm certainly not trying to get one for free. I just want to purchase one, um, and have it for my son from here. But there was that. Topps has had those EQL boxes or whatever, which they look really cool. It's not my cup of tea. 16 cards for 250, $300. I can't fathom that. I did get some blowout mega mixes. I bought them ahead of time, so they were shipped to my house and arrived today. So those came in. Looking forward to just kind of opening those next week. Zion, Zion, I cannot wait to see you tomorrow and meet you, shake your hand, give you a hug, fist bump, booty bump. I don't know what we're doing, but man, I am so excited to meet you tomorrow. That is going to be a real thrill, and I actually have something I want to chat with you about pertaining to Ripping for the Cure as well. So don't let me forget that. But that's beside the point. I'm just super thrilled to meet you tomorrow, my friend. Um, I'm trying to think of what else. I haven't really gone and done all those things. Like I've usually with the National, I walk the whole showroom floor and in kind of an organized way because um, there's ordered chaos there, and I like to get to know my way around. But this year, like I've kind of been all really truly all over the place. So I have a sense of where things are, but I don't have a sense of like what's actually happening. I'll tell you one thing though, the battle arena, I think Ivan put it out this year or just today. Whoever's doing the marketing for the battle arena people, we all need to take a lesson from because man, they're all over the show. I mean, all over the show. As soon as you walk into that place, battle arena. I mean, you know what it is before you even walk in. And it's tempting me to get a box. I haven't, but I may end up with one. I don't know. But that looks super cool. I'll tell you what was surprising to me though is the braking area. To me, today was a little different. Hasn't been quite as loud as it has been in years past. Now there were a few today that were going nuts and all of that, but I was thankful that it wasn't so loud because I think we all kind of get that sense of if you're a loud breaker, you're not one that most people that we interact with would want to be a part of. Um, so I don't know if that's been by design or what, but hasn't been a lot of loud breakers. Um, Mystery they got a case of NT football. That is unreal. Um, The other thing that I've noticed too, and look, if you really get to know me, you'll understand this. But I love to people watch. The fashion statements that people have been making at this show are crazy. I know that I'm crazy because I'm wearing flip flops and I'm walking 11 to 12 miles every day. I'm comfortable in flip flops. Okay. And maybe these people are comfortable in what they're wearing too, but I've seen so many high heel platform shoes that it just makes me hurt looking at them. A lot of the same style of outfits are being worn at this by both men and women equally. It's funny. I mean, it's just funny to see how alike we all are in our own individual ways. Same style shorts, kind of same style shirts. Um, just different colors, different animations, different things like that. So it's been fun to kind of watch those things. It's been fun hearing conversations on the side too. A lot of, you know, are you selling? Um, Not a lot are you buying. It's are you selling? Which I'm wondering if that is a sales tactic. You know, Somebody comes up to me and says, "Are you selling?" My answer is going to be no. you know, I guess it's just easier to say that than someone coming up to me and saying, "Are you buying?" Well, no, because if I'm selling, I'm making money. If I'm buying, I'm losing money. It's kind of like the ticket scalpers, right? Hey, I need tickets. Or no, excuse me, I'm selling tickets when really they need tickets. Um, so, Jess, I try to remain grounded. It's something that um, I don't know. I guess it was built up in me a long time ago, and I I don't know, I just am who I am. There's no reason for it, I suppose. But, you know, I'm not going to change for anybody. You know, I've built this brand to a point where I guess people are recognizing it now. And, you know, I don't want to change. I feel like people that change are only doing it to kind of make more for themselves. It sounds really weird because, we all want to grow. And I'm not saying I don't want to grow. I definitely want to grow, but like I won't name any names, but like I've interacted with some people over this last year that are well known in the hobby, and there are some that really surprised me. That when I first got into the hobby, I followed them as like to learn and to navigate certain things. And then when I now that they've gotten bigger, they're like too their head's gotten too big. And so what I see on video is definitely different than what I've seen in person. But for the most part, a lot of these people are exactly who you think they are. And I think that's very refreshing because if you can be who you are on video and who you are in person is the same, then that's fantastic. Um, Top shelf break. So um, I've heard that yeah, Chris. I've heard him in a couple of different interviews, and he is by far one of the greatest people that I've ever seen and heard speak. I've never met him. Um, I'll try to go find them. I haven't seen them here, but I'm sure they are. So thanks, Joe, for that. Don't change, just innovate. Yeah, I mean, Zion, innovation's great. Growth is amazing. I'm always learning. It's like with these packs. Like I was thinking, that's why I was thinking like I got to change my strategy with how I'm getting the packs out. And it's not a selfish thing. It's not a hey, look, I did it thing. It truly is just um, Gotta grow, gotta learn, and I have a plan for if I don't get rid of all the packs, I do have a plan for them. No surprise here to anybody, but they'll turn into racks, for folks, so, it's not like I'm keeping things, for myself. So, he's a DJ, um, but I'll be able to get them all done these next 2 days without a doubt, not even worried about it. Excuse me. Um, anyway, I don't know. You guys have any other questions or thoughts? It seemed like more people were there this year than last year. Josh, 100%. 100%. And Josh, forgive me, we haven't met, right? Um, and if we have, I'm so sorry because now I feel like an idiot. But Josh, if we haven't, we got to meet. Um, no, you're 100% dead on. So many more people yesterday, so many more people today than there were yesterday in both days compared to last year. Terrified for what the weekend's going to look like. Terrified what the weekend's going to look like. Um, I don't know if they're going to be able to hold everybody. So, but yes, lots more people. Favorite at the card shows dollar box. Is there a bunch? Oh, art. I, I'm, I don't. I might be over exaggerating this. I don't know. I think almost every table has a dollar box. Um, for sure. This stack, I don't know if you saw the stack I got. This is all Jose Ramirez and Kenny Lofton. Um, these were cards like you got 1 through 49 cards. They were a dollar. 50 to 99, they were 80 cents, and it went on for that. So like, there's a bunch of tables like that. There's a table that I really like. Um, I went to it a couple of years ago, but it's called the 5 4 3 2 1, and the price of all their cards goes down all the way to $1 on Sundays. Starts at 5, goes to 1 on Sunday. And from what I've heard, they sell out of everything by tomorrow, pretty much at the $3 mark. Um, I've bought from them in the past some stuff to use as racks and different things like that. So um, tons of things like that. Quarter boxes, dime boxes, 50-cent boxes. I think I took the picture today of there was a whole Jose Ramirez box of 25-cent cards. Now, they were all his base Tops and Bowman cards, which we don't need. We got a lot of those, but they were all broken out by player in that regards. I know there was Bryce Harper because I was looking through some of him because he's on Landon's list. Who else was over there? I don't know. I can't remember, but lots of stuff like that art. And I think people need to understand, like the National, you're going to get a lot of the video clips of, wow, look at this $50,000 card, or this 101 was just hit. Man, I tell you what, like that's one side of the hobby. Show the whole thing, right? There are a ton of deals to be had. There are a ton of dollar boxes. Um, I know people, the vintage crowd gets a bad rap, but I got to tell you, a lot of the conversation is, hey, I'm here to buy vintage. Like, I think people are realizing, at least as an investment thing, vintage is the way to go right now. Um, but I met a guy today who him and his dad are building the 1954 top set. Um, man, like that's really cool, and this is the place to do that. I think everyone needs to be prepared. Like that kind of stuff, you're probably going to pay a little bit of a premium on. But what I've noticed, because I bought some vintage here a few years now, um, these people are willing to work with you. Like, just talk to them, get a conversation going with them. They're willing to work. There's a lot of people that have some cool stuff just to look at too. A lot of old programs, pennants, different things like that. So um, Josh, you're right, man. I couldn't said it any better. Cheaper cards do drive the hobby because, again, I know I'm pulling this stack out a lot. Okay, none of these are numbered. Okay, there's parallels in here, but none of these are numbered cards. And you know, I buy 65 of these for $50. I'll do that all day. I will do that all day, um, because these are PC cards and they're not going anywhere anytime fast. Um, but yeah, they do. Because I mean, you buy a hobby box, you buy a blaster. Take a blaster, it's 24 cards. 20 of them are probably going to be base. The other four are some type of variation of something, right? Um, People buy them. They collect these players, and I don't think anyone needs to hold back from that. If you collect a player, announce that you collect a player. Go find those players, because man, there's plenty of people. It's clear by all the people that are here that are going to be looking for you or looking to, hey, I'll sell you this card right now for $1. You know what? That's cool. Sell me that card for $1. You made $1. I got a card that I want, and we're all happy. At the end of the day, that's what matters. Um, because without these cards, there's going to be no money flowing through the hobby, and then we're all out, except for that top tier level. Let me see what notes I made. I've been making notes as I've gone along for like a longer post afterwards. I'll tell you the one thing that I've enjoyed, is I'm I do 2 events a year, and the one thing that we constantly hear with the events that we put on for my actual day job is the consistency factor. And I think the National has done a really nice job of hosting it here in Chicago, in Rosemont, for the last 2 years. Next year will be 3. People know this place. You know where the hotels are, you know where the parking is, you know where the restaurants are, you know the showroom floor, you know where the bathrooms are, you know where the food vendors are. There's no guessing that needs to be done. Um, I think that has been a huge plus. Now, I do also understand that this show needs to rotate. Um, Ebers, I got to meet Sue. Oh, it, honestly, my show will not get any better than meeting her. Kenny Lofton could walk in tomorrow and shake my hand and call me by my first name. It's not going to get any better than meeting Sue. Um, but I understand, like, the show needs to rotate around the country. Several people, I wish it was going to be in Atlanta instead of Detroit. I don't disagree with you. I wish it was going to be in Atlanta too. It would have been a super long drive for me. Um, but I think a lot of the country is being left out when it's in. I'm hydrating, Joe. Don't worry, I got my water with me throughout the day. I think a lot of the country is being left out when it's in places like Detroit. Chicago, kind of middle ground. I think it's an easy place to fly to when flights are running on time. Um, and a lot of places you can drive to Chicago. I'm an 8-hour drive. I've talked with people that drove 12 hours to get here. The West Coast is where it's really lacking. And I know there's the West Coast Card Show. I don't know how big that is. People talk about it. Um, I don't know, but putting it on the West Coast, but then you're losing that, I guess, the East Coast. But I don't think you really are, because I feel like East Coast's people are going to go west regardless. Joe, have a good one, man. Um, so, but the familiarity of having it in one spot has been nice. So, definitely do it. I said Detroit has so much more square footage in Chicago, which will allow more vendors. Nice. It's funny that you say that, Josh, because I was talking with not a national staffer. Sounds like you got more connections there. I was talking with friends of mine that are in Detroit. I was telling them about this, and they're like, "Oh man, like I don't know about that. Like I don't know if you're going to be able to get all those people in there." But listen, I don't think they would put it in a place where they didn't think it would be able to grow. Um, Ebers is like begging them, come to Phoenix, come to Scottsdale. Scottsdale's nice, right, Ebers? Don't they have like some real nice resort there or something? Um, I'm getting me all kinds of stuff on my Twitter feed. Is there a rack going on that I need to be a part of? 'Cause it's in the rack group. Do I need to be a part of this? What's going on? Um, so yeah, I mean, familiarity is nice. Um, one con that and this, I think this is more of a selfish thing for me, um, because I don't blame the people for taking advantage, but there's this VIP area, and all it really is a conference room with tables and chairs, uh, for you to go sit if you choose to. When it was in Atlantic City, um, I took advantage of that in a heartbeat. Um, I was in that room just kind of resting and chilling and calling my wife and Landon and all that. Now the VIP lounge has turned into a free showcase area. I'm not even kidding. People will take up entire sections of table and lay their cards out. I saw people with, I guess, the portable showcases where they lay them out and have all their cards there. Um, Again, I am not blaming these people for taking advantage of it. By all means, do it. You are there to sell and trade and do all that yourself as well. Where I have the issue with it is, um, me personally, it's an area where I like to go and meet people on kind of neutral ground. That's kind of been taken away. Um, there are older adults that need a break, need to just sit and have a spot. That's been taken away. So, maybe there's a different level of ticket that can be created, like, or maybe it's built into another VIP level, where there is a separate room if you're going to do those things. I, but again, play within the rules that you have now, and that is something that, can do. Jess, so I got in Tuesday, um, for a couple of different reasons. One, I could pick up my VIP badge between 12 and 4, as could a lot of people, and I noticed that a lot of people took advantage of it, but also didn't. Um, so I got here early, and then the second reason is I was supposed to go to the White Sox game that night, and unfortunately, um, I already had an hour drive from the hotel to the field, which I was fine with. But as I got onto the highway, it actually had me getting to the field due to traffic an hour after the game had already started. So came back and got beer and pizza. Um, and I'm here all the way through Saturday, and I leave early Sunday morning, to drive back home. So, that is my schedule. So, Jess, if you're like planning to drive up here, that's when I'll be here. All right, Evers, is a rack going on that I need to be a part of. Okay, I got it. Guess I can respond instead of just sitting here. Oh, look at that. Deebo Samuel signing a 1-year deal to the 49ers. Okay, let's find out what this rack is about. Not that I'm not going to be in it. Just want to read what it is. Oh goodness. Let's see. Mhm. Let's see. Oh, yep. I don't even know what the card is, but I'm in. Yep. That's all you got to do is mention the name, and I'm in. All right. All right, folks. So I think that's it. I think, we'll go ahead and cut it here. It's almost been an hour, which is crazy. So my old man self is going to rest up and get myself into bed soon because I'm going to be up and at 'em early tomorrow morning. So I appreciate you all stopping in. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for the questions. Keep following along. You know where to find me on Twitter at ESHecker. If you choose to follow on Instagram as well, it is at the Hobby Foundation. I would also suggest you follow Hobby Foundation on Twitter. Hashtag National Rack 26. All the fun things. Just keep following along. Have a good time. Comment, chat, reshare, whatever the case may be. Do all the things, but better yet, just continue being a good person. Send those people to me over these next 2 days. I got about 300 packs to go, so let's get them all out there. All right. Thank you all very much. Have a great